Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another Spiritualistic Pick a Card reading. Today we're going to be pulling career messages, so please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today. We have group number 1 with Artistic Expression and Paul the Venetian. Group number 2 with Take Charge of the Situation and Moses. And group number 3 with Right and Thoth. If you'd like to meditate with me, it's the first link in the description box below. You have access to the meditation collection forever, so I highly recommend taking advantage of that resource. If you are interested in personals with me, you can find them on Etsy at Spiritualistik. Also, if you'd like to pick up a copy of my 2026 spiritual planner, you are more than welcome to do so. It's also on my Etsy shop, okay? So this has all of the astrological transits, that has monthly horoscopes, and it also has places for monthly and weekly tarot pulls, affirmations, gratitude lists, things you're working on, dreams, themes that are coming up, and of course it's a weekly planner, so you can write your stuff down in there too. So with that being said, I love you and I'm grateful for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, drop a comment. It means the world to me. It helps me keep doing what it is that I'm doing. So with that, I love you and I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you over at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at career messages for you, and you selected the first group with Paul the Venetian. This is the Artistic Expression card. The first thing that I'm getting here is to, of course, let your creativity flow, but I'm really getting an emphasis not just on creativity, but imagination in and of itself. I'm getting that there's a reason why we're differentiating between these two terms initially, okay? When we think of creativity, we think of what it is we can make. We think of maybe art. This is maybe refined. It's maybe studied. It's maybe passionate. But when we think of imagination, there's more of a childlike wonder behind it, more of an innocence, more of a purity. So you're being encouraged first and foremost to pull from this if you can. I'm also being shown that which you can see. Focus on that which you can see. So for some of you, in your career, adding a visual aspect to that PowerPoint. For some of you, adding more significant thumbnails. For some of you, it can be utilizing colors or things that catch your eye. I'm being shown like an attention hook, right? Like in social media or something like this. So with the Artistic Expression card, you're being encouraged to mix it up a little bit, but also to not forget to adorn yourself or your workspace or something like this. Make it pretty, customize it, personalize it. This will help with your productivity. It will help with the vibes. It will also help with your enjoyment of the process, which also impacts the vibe, which also impacts the result. I'm getting in your career specifically more than meets the eye or more than standard, okay? What does Group 1 need to know about their career? Ace of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, and 10 of Cups. Okay. When you are creative, when you are having fun, when you are welcoming in new beginnings, when you are trying things that are new, unheard of, or they're new to you, unheard of to you, this is when you're going to have the greatest return of investment. You're being encouraged in your career too, and this is always easier said than done, okay? In your career specifically, you're being encouraged to enjoy, like, is that the Fool? Yeah. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your career, enjoy your community, and this will be where the abundance and return of investment lies. Now, for you specifically, you're being encouraged to focus on your inspiration, creating life experiences that fill you up so that you have more to pull from in your art. So literally collecting life experiences. There's a small energy of traveling here, but not huge. Connecting with people is going to be huge for you. There's also definitely a vibe of making sure that you are allowing yourself space to do what is authentic to your imagination and emotional enjoyment. This will be where you have, again, the greatest return. Now, for you, again, it's easier said than done. It might be tempting to want to find that logical solution, okay, to maybe make your pros and cons list, or to look at something, identify the patterns, and try to, I'm getting wiggle your way around things or wiggle your way out of it. I'm getting that you're very, very smart. You're also very, very intuitive. There's also a lot of space for emotional fulfillment, collaboration, a lot of space for connection with the community here. And there's also a hint of, there's a little sprinkle of romance energy that's coming through. So perhaps this might look like a workplace romance. This might look like being open with your coworkers about your love life or something like this, or just adding that romantic perspective into life, right? Romanticizing life a little bit, romanticizing your work, romanticizing life, bringing that kind of energy into your workplace or into your job, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is you create, or in just the vibe you bring to your clients, you bring into whatever it is that you do, okay, it's going to help you a lot. Now, I'm definitely getting here that patience is a virtue, and it's definitely something that you practice throughout your career, but as you are spiritually closing out lessons, we see here that there's some sort of new spiritual awakening, realization, and creative inspiration that follows suit that is going to indicate the beginning of a new chapter for you. But it's also going to be in some way reminiscent to or parallel to something that you've already experienced. However, there's going to be an encouragement for you to try something again that you've tried before, but this time it will be different, okay? Now, the cards that come up pertaining to this energy are the Three of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So this lets me know that it might be in your best interest to either do collaborations, to go out with your coworkers after work hours are over instead of going right home if they're all getting together for dinner. This is saying go out to the dinner. This is saying to do the collaborations. This is saying to have more fun, to try to bring those work friendships into real life outside of work friendships and things like this. Okay? Alternatively, there's a little bit more of an emphasis here on casual conversations, okay? For example, if you work retail, allowing yourself to yap with the clients, getting to know them one-on-one because they're going to come in. And this isn't about the return of investment and the finances, but this will help in turn with these things, okay? It will help with the progress and with the fulfillment because you will enjoy more so the people that you are connecting with. You'll know them by name. They'll know you by name. They'll come into your place of work. They will request you. They will buy from you. They will trust you more. You will get a higher commission. They will feel happier. They're more comfortable with the service they're providing. There's an energy like this that's coming through, okay, with the people that you work for, the people you work with, the people you work around, okay, the people you service, the people, I'm getting just on all ends, okay, so I'm getting this vibe of casual conversation and allowing for some sort of community, family vibes, friendship vibes, emotional fulfillment to come through here. So for some of you, this might look like you spilling the tea about your love life to your coworkers. Okay, this will help you in some way, shape, or form actually have a better return of investment. You're more likely to get that promotion. There's something like this, okay? Or speaking more personally, right? It's not just professionally business hours, like allowing yourself to have those conversations with even your clients, like getting to know them personally, not just showing up for business. Something like this is going to be really significant for you as well. Now, going back to this creativity, because I know this is what you really want to hear. The other stuff, it's fun and good, and it will help your career significantly. You are being encouraged to focus on that, but I know that what you want to hear a little bit more is about the creativity. It's about where there is space to expand, and it's going to take place in the imagination. Now, with that, there is this vibe of, okay, well, it takes place in the imagination. I can just pull something out of nothing. Okay, great, right? Picking up on this vibe just a little bit, okay? Not super sassy, but nonetheless present. Ultimately, what we're looking at here is allowing yourself to have new beginnings and spend time. I'm getting 11 specifically. So spending time in meditation, spending time trying to innovate, trying to invent, being as unique as possible, not trying to say, okay, well, what is going to be the, I'm being shown when I used to work at a bank, okay? And they used to give us a script of what they wanted us to say to the clients. Like, hi, welcome to blank. How can I go out of my way to assist you today? Have you heard about like loan consolidation, like consolidation loans, things like this, right? So there's something here about a script. Now, this isn't about you. It's not about saying, okay, well, if I want to talk to them about this, then I can add this to the script, okay? Instead of this, it's a little bit more like, oh my God, hey, John, how are you doing today? How are the kids? I haven't seen you in so long. Oh my God, I have an update for you. How was the parade last Saturday? I heard it was crazy. It was so much fun. I totally wish I could have gone, but I was sick in bed. Anyway, how's it going? I know you've been really stressed with blah, blah, blah lately. If you want, I'm totally here to help you with that. That's definitely my job, but if not, that's totally cool too, because I don't want to pressure you, because it's about you to dude. It's about you to the person. It's not about, following the script. It's not about being like anybody else. It's not about fitting the perfect role. It's about specifically being yourself. So this is coming through as really helpful in your career. This is also why with the individuality, with the with the vibe here of like innovation and self-exploration, growth, like the Uranus vibes too. It's really leaning into your individuality. It's not just about networking. It's not just about making friends and having a more enjoyable workplace. It's not just about collaborating. It's not just about these kinds of things. It actually is in a lot of ways about walking away from what it is that you perceived stability to feel like emotionally in your nervous system, and more so what it looks like when you are looking for support in less traditional definitions of the term support. When we think about support, the support can be the back of the chair. You can't see it. It can be the back of the chair. It can be like the wall. Support, it can be your friend that you call after you've had a long day. When you think of support, it can be the foundation of a building that you're building. If you think about support, now it can also be, are you holding down your job? It can also be, what are the finances there? So if you think about support and you're thinking, oh, financial support, oh, how do I support myself and my family and my friends? You can think about, how am I supporting my family and my friends? How am I being a safe space for them to fall back into a little bit more? So looking at looser terms of definitions that you would normally attribute to your career in general, not just support, but other definitions like this, okay? Specifically creatively, trying to be creative with it and utilizing your imagination, specifically anything that involves visuals or sight or foresight, okay? So for some of you, like astrologers out there, you might be helping people figure out life, which is a wonderful, beautiful thing. Adding predictions into that will be helpful for your career, okay? This is not a one-size-fits-all situation, but it's an energy like this that allows for some sort of different visuals or foresight, something that is pineal to pineal, okay? Because you have this gift, you have this awareness, and then also the yapping. The yapping is going to be really important, and I know it doesn't seem like that's necessarily the next big, bold career move for you, but trust, it is, okay? Because there's more to stability, there's more to support. It's the emotional aspect of this, and it's not appealing to the emotions of people so that you can manipulate them into blah, 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 blah. Rather, it's about when you don't work there anymore, if hypothetically you don't work there anymore, you still remember that person. You run into them at the grocery store and they're happy to see you, and they're asking you about your spouse, about your life, about your pets. They want to know how you've been, and you ask them about their vacation to Aruba and how they ended up dealing with that situation that you were helping them through once upon a time. And this isn't saying that you're not going to stay where you are right now, but it is saying that there's a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of malleability in your career right now, and you're really being encouraged to leverage that creatively, and this will be where the most return of investment is. Rather than laying down a brick foundation or a concrete foundation, try to visualize or feel or lay a little bit more of like a soft web or like a net. So there are several different places that things connect and they separate and all these things. It creates a soft landing, but you're also not so fixed. You're also not so so concretely, literally tied to one particular thing. So allowing yourself, if you say you have a message to share, you have a story to tell, right? You might want to sing it, you might want to write it, you might want to make it into a movie, you might want to make YouTube videos about it, you might want to make TikToks about it. You might want to tell your story, you might want to have other characters walk through the story. You might have it in first person, you might have it in third person, so on and so forth. There are myriad ways that you can share this message, right? You can tell it as a little kid story, you can tell it as a horror story, you can tell it as a romance, right? It's life from different angles. So you're being encouraged to look at your career very much in the same way. And also, what it is that your definition of success and support and stability are. Looking at unorthodox definitions of these terms and terms like it that resonate with you, and seeing where you can find the more emotional definition of these things and focus on leveraging that energy in your life and specifically in your career. This will be what helps you out. Now, we know that you're looking for something you can do a little more immediate, okay? And while this is definitely going to help, let's pull some more immediate energies for you. Okay, Five of Pentacles. It seems as though right now you are looking for a way out in a particular situation. It seems like you are a flower that's trying to grow through a sidewalk when what the universe is trying to do right now is give you a well-deserved break, okay? So it's about your translation of your definition of what's going on. And I'm not saying it's bad and I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just that if you can allow yourself to add some wiggle room to that narrative there, it's going to be very helpful, okay? It seems as though the universe is trying to get you to do something, and you're looking around asking what it is, and you're wondering if you are protected. You kind of know that you are, but there's also this question of looking around, okay? What the universe is trying to get you to do right now is look at where you are and look at what you have. Be content with it. It's trying to give you signs and synchronicities that things are okay, you're going to be okay, things are fine, they're stable. But at the same time, you're being encouraged not to hoard what you have and being shown like a dragon hoarding his treasures in a cave type vibe, okay? You're being encouraged to lean away from that energy and a little bit more towards, is the universe trying to get me to rest right now? Is the universe trying to get me to gratitude right now? Is the universe trying to get me to recognize there are a lot of potential for friends around me? The universe is trying to show me there are a lot of potential projects that are happening around me right now, but they're not maybe the ones you've been manifesting. They maybe don't have the dollar signs that you were looking at. They maybe don't have the long-term potential contractual stability that you're looking for. Not today, not right now. Okay, so it's not about leveraging your network. It's about allowing yourself to soften into the emotions behind it, allowing yourself to soften into the inspiration behind it. And also, I'm getting that you're going to be well rewarded for your patience, but at the same time, the less that you are aware of the fact that you're being patient in the first place, the more blessed your endeavors are going to become. Okay. Things are going to turn around and they're going to feel more fair. Specifically, the term more fair is coming through, okay? There's going to be a closing out of a difficult chapter that's been taking, it feels like, way too long for you, okay? It's going to be more fun, more enjoyable, and you're definitely going to feel like what you are putting out is coming back towards you, okay? You do have more clarity ahead, so keep an eye out for that. And it's going to start with recognizing abundance that you currently have that you forgot that you have, okay? This is a message that's coming through specifically. Say that you're trying to be an astrologer, okay? Or say that you are an astrologer, but you have 50 tarot decks, okay? This is the universe going, ding, 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 ding. You're still an astrologer, but you have 50 tarot decks. Right? It's something like this, okay? Now, this is not saying the universe is trying to get you off of your path or trying to veer you in any different direction. It's showing you where you have possible liquidity if you use your imagination. Wiggle room. Okay? So keep an eye out for little things like this. Your path will become clearer, and as it becomes clearer and you start heading in that direction, you're going to find more and more so opportunities to cut through some of these difficulties, challenges, burdens you've been experiencing in the past. Specifically, I'm getting the new year. I'm hearing new year, new me kind of vibe. So there's something like this that's coming through as well. And also, when the universe is not letting you outside of a particular paradigm, outside of a particular narrative, and it's not that, okay, I'm being shown something specific, okay? There's a pyramid on one of these cards. And this is less about triangulation in a negative sense or a manipulative sense. And this isn't about when you feel stuck somewhere and you look at the pattern, like, what is that phrase? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's not this. Okay, the universe is trying to show you, hey, if you can't leave this room and you're looking for your way out, that means the way out is inside this room. Okay? It's not that you haven't earned your way out of the room. It's not that you couldn't pick the lock. Okay? It's that the universe is trying to get you to see something that is, for all intents and purposes, and I say this gently and lovingly because this is a spiritual community and, like, I'm not trying to perpetuate anything toxic, but for all intents and purposes, this is something that is in front of your face, or it's right under your nose, or it's been in your room this entire time. It's something like this that the universe is trying to get you to look at because it doesn't want you to move forward without leveraging this. Okay? I'm getting that this was I'm hearing keynote, like keynote speaker. That could be significant for some of you because I'm like, why that word's not really in my go-to vocabulary. But this is a very significant chapter, or was a very significant chapter in you forming your current career or becoming whatever you are or stepping towards wherever it is that you are. So because that is an important stepping stone from where you were to where you are in the transformational process to become whatever it is that you are or wherever it is that you're at, okay, you're being encouraged to bring it along with you because not only is it your friend, but it will also be a friend to many others, okay? So that when you are having these yappy, casual conversations with the people around you and you are making friends and you are cultivating your community, not networking, cultivating community, making friends, okay? When this happens, you're able to say, oh, you know, like, yeah, I've actually dealt with that before, these 3 things helped me, and these 3 things don't help everybody, but these 3 things help me, and I actually have this resource right here. So maybe it can help you, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but at the very least you're not alone, and I have 3 solutions for you that you didn't have before. And maybe you don't want a solution, maybe you want emotional support, but I'm actually your friend, so you can come to me with these things too. It's about being a confidant, sharing your imagination, and then being a confidant for others so that they feel safe to come into that world of yours. Okay? For example, I'm being shown a friend of mine who is obsessed with film. Obsessed, okay? And loves a few specific, like, producers, directors, writers, etc. And so, without even knowing the genre of the movie, perhaps, or without even knowing what the movie is about, whenever that particular director, that particular producer comes out with something, it's like, oh, I want to peek inside that world. I want to peek inside that project. So there's definitely an energy like this that's coming through as well, okay? You're being encouraged to state the truth boldly, state your truth boldly, and understand that you are smart, okay? You're very, very intelligent. Literally out of all of the cards, the literal actual last thing that's coming through that you need to worry about, like the last thing you need to worry about is figuring things out, is strategy, is upheaving your business plan, is trying to think about a solution. The very last thing you need to do here is think. Okay, the first thing you need to do is create. The second thing you need to do is feel. The third thing you need to do is yap. The fourth thing you need to do is like vibe and come to clarity. And then think. Okay, and this isn't saying like, oh, just like mindlessly maneuver through your career. No. It's saying that you probably have an extraordinarily high IQ. Okay, or you're very earth sign, or you're very air sign. Okay, I say these things gently. I don't like to just say these in readings all the time because it's general, right? However, you are definitely very, very, very smart. You definitely know exactly what the heck you're doing. There's definitely not a logistics issue here. Okay? That's literally the very last thing. Okay? So if you're looking at, okay, so how can I recode this program in order to allow it to systemically... Most people aren't even asking those questions. Okay? So that's not the problem. Okay? Are you smart enough to know that there are questions like that to be asked? Yes, but you're also smart enough to have already implemented the best possible case scenario. You're on your highest timeline. That's not the problem. Okay? The call's coming from inside the house. There's something in the room, okay? It's in the room. It's looking at you. Okay? Appeal to emotions. Whose emotions? Yours. Okay? Okay. There's something else that wants to come through here, so we'll honor that. I can feel it. It's elusive. What is it? Strength. Okay. Yeah. I know it's easier said than done because you've been absolutely going through it, or you've been, it's been a long time coming. Whatever it is that you're looking for in your career here, it's been a long time coming. It's a lot of work that wants to be seen in order to get to where you are. It's a lot of learning, a lot of unlearning, a lot of trying, failing, succeeding, trying, succeeding, failing, trying, succeeding, right? A lot. Okay, I see this. Okay, you do have other options. There's a message that wants to come through that if you are to follow your inspiration, follow your imagination, to innovate, to follow your heart, all of these things, if you are to take a hard left turn, full 90 degrees, or even 180, okay, you are supported. You are fully supported. If you keep going this road ahead, you are also supported. You will start seeing things, you will start seeing more return of investment over time. It's Six of Pentacles, that's why I keep seeing return of investment. If you keep moving forward, things will continue to work out for you. However, if you are inspired or intuitively led, or you create, or you just feel in your heart, you want to take a 90-degree angle, a 180-degree turn, okay? You have options, okay? You have the options. You are supported in all of these endeavors. In fact, you might find faster, in fact, you will find faster expansion in making a hard turn like this, but you don't need to let go of what it is that you're doing in order to do so. You don't need to add more to your plate. You can simply have one less serving of something on your plate in order to add a serving of something else. Or you can just scrap the whole thing and start over. Either way, you are supported. But just trust, okay? I'm just kind of getting this play on words vibe. It's like, as long as you're hitting your macros. Okay? Now some of you are going, so am I supposed to? Am I doing something wrong? Or am I supposed to just make a hard turn? Okay. The thing here is, the reason for the lack of clarity has to do with some sort of emotional difficulty or emotional response that you are having to not feeling like your voice is heard, or not feeling enough. Okay? Or not feeling like any of the changes that you've made in the past are conducive to growth in the future, which they are, by the way. Okay? Which is why you are supported if you keep the road ahead. Which is also why you're supported if you do make a choice, you do make a change. Because again, remember how this entire reading has been about your inspiration, about your feeling fulfilled, about your connections, about your emotions, about your imagination. Exactly. So when you're connecting with these energies here, leveraging these energies in a pure, fun, lighthearted, wonderful way, this is where the growth, the promotion, the expansion, the abundance is for you. It's in your artistic expression. But sometimes, when you've been doing art for such a long time, regardless of the art, okay, you will find people along the way who tell you that there's a right way and a wrong way to do something. And that can be relatively correct depending. For example, if you're trying to do some sort of a postmodern expressionism piece, I don't know. I'm a dancer, so I don't know too much about those things. But if you're trying to do like Martha Graham style modern, then there is a right or wrong. But if you're doing modern, there's not a right or wrong. If you're doing dance, there's not a right or wrong. You can do a Martha Graham inspired choreographical piece. It doesn't need to be so by the book. Sometimes knowing too much is exactly the thing that's getting in your way. And it's not that you need to act dumber. It's not that you need to think less. It's that you need to keep doing what you're doing and feel more into it. Okay? Allow the garden to grow in the areas that feel better. Okay? Connecting with your sacral. Connecting with your sacral and your solar plexus a little bit more. Okay? And your pineal gland. But not in a way that's, what should I do? In a way that is, in my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. It's from the musical Cinderella. Okay? It's a little bit more of this, what do I want to see? What do I want to create? What can I imagine? What can I imagine? Not what should I imagine or what am I capable of imagining. What do I imagine when I release constriction on what it is that I'm supposed to do, or what it is that I feel to do? I'm getting that there's something that's been hovering around you. Maybe I'm getting a smaller project or an idea or something like this that you feel really, really, really hits home for you, specifically perhaps with your inner child or your spirituality or both. And you've been feeling perhaps a little bit of a difficulty approaching it. It's like it's calling to you and you're calling to it, but you can only get so close. There's something like this. You're meant to feel into it, okay? So for some of you, if you're largely... Oh, we also had adding some sort of a visual aspect, okay? So adding something that's a little bit more like foresight, a little bit more like visual, like, right? Attention spans are shorter these days. There could be some sort of acknowledgement of this. Something that's visual, putting pictures in your book, picture book, right? Something like this. Okay, this is going to be exactly what the doctor ordered. Okay? And yes, that project, it is meant to be, don't scrap it. Okay, don't scrap it. Feel into it. Connect with it. Feel into it, right? Play on words again. That's the second time that's come out in your reading. This is something that found you, not you it. So it wants to be felt out on its terms. Okay, it's trying to show you something. It's trying to show you something through your feeling. Okay, it doesn't just want to be presented or produced or something like this. It wants to be felt. It wants to be held. It wants to be known. Okay, and it wants to be committed to. I'm hearing the song "Hopelessly Devoted." Okay, yeah. You've got a bag here. Don't worry. I don't think you're worried about that. But if you are, don't worry about that, okay? Yeah, I'm hearing you gotta risk it for the biscuit, okay? But I'm not getting to tell you to take any uncalculated risks. I don't think you would take a risk that's not calculated. I think it's more so about try to calculate less and feel into it more, okay? Even with what you're asking your intuition, okay? So group number 1, this is your message about your career. I know you've got some choices now. Look back at the past and see what you enjoyed the most. See, you know that phrase when you, time flies when you're having fun? Okay? What's something that you've worked on in your career where you enjoyed it so much that it seems as though, even though it might have taken you 10 years to make it, it really only felt like it was a week, or you were sad when it was done because you really liked working on it. Okay, you've got some choices to make, I see that, but there's not a right answer. I think that's the answer that you needed to hear most of all. That and that there's a bag, okay, so you don't need to think harder, you just need to feel more, because you deserve to enjoy the process too. And I think that that's something that maybe you're on the verge of losing, and then you find it, and then you almost lose it, and then you find it, okay? So that's the part where you want to be anchored into a little bit more. That, and don't be afraid to yap, okay? Someone, I'm hearing, they love to hear you sing, they love to hear you talk, they love to hear you yap, they want to know, they want you to spill the tea, they want to know, okay? I know a lot of us here are private people. That's totally fine, that's your prerogative. I'm not saying to tell people all your secrets. If you want to, you can, okay? But this is more so about, it's more so about Page of Cups energy and 10 of Cups energy, okay? It's about letting yourself care for and be taken care of, letting yourself care for others and be taken care of by others. That family aspect, that community aspect, that emotionally fulfilling aspect, okay? And letting it be okay if you're a beginner at something. Letting it be okay if you're new to the friend group, okay? Letting it be okay if you are awkward when you're first talking to somebody and you're trying to get to know them and you don't know what you have in common yet and you're trying to be yourself, but like you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So this is what I have for you with your career, group number 1. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you want a personal, they're available on my Etsy shop at Spiritualistik. I've also recently released my 2026 spiritual planner. So it has all of the transits. It also has places for like gratitude lists, tarot pulls for every single week, every single month. It's got horoscopes in there written by me. I've got all the transits. You can put your own chart in there so you can compare. And of course, you know, I didn't like leave you all this without a mini guide in there, so you can read all the astrology stuff in there, so you don't have to just guess what it means or try to go into your archives in your brain, okay? And also, with that being said, I love you and I'm grateful for you. Yeah, personals are on Etsy. My spiritual planner is on Etsy too. You can download a free PDF of that. It's on my Patreon. Okay, you don't need to buy the Patreon. I do have 3 tiers on there. One is my meditation collection. Okay, one is a book club, which is like $1 a month. We've been really having fun in there. And then another one is, of course, bonus pick a card reading. So that's kind of the tofu and potatoes, if you will. But you can just sign up for free and you can have access to the downloadable PDF for free, okay? You just pop your email in there and then it's on the page. You don't have to buy any of the things if you don't want to. I do have an exclusive content page here on YouTube as well where I do mostly channeled messages and stuff. Patreon is a little more 3D energies, and of course, you can find me on TikTok and on Instagram as well. I'm Spiritualistik across all the platforms. It's my Etsy shop. I have a whole spiritual shop up there too. So if you're interested in, I've got meditation cushions and candles and crystals, tarot and oracle decks that I've made, and well, everything on there I've made. So journals, my books that I've written, they're all up there as well, okay? So if you're interested in any of that, astrology readings, astrocartography, Reiki, I do personalized light codes too, tarot and channeling sessions, those are all up there on my Etsy shop at Spiritualistik. You can find all the links in the description box below. I also have a little place for donations, Amazon wishlist, and on my P.O. box if you want to write me a letter. I do like snail mail, so if you write me a letter, I will write you a letter back. So like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Follow me across platforms. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Okay, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Mwah. Hi there, group 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're pulling career messages for you, and you selected the second group with the Take Charge of the Situation card with Moses. I'm picking up on a couple different energies that are kind of similar to each other, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't, but what I'm picking up on right out the gate is either a little bit of a difficulty with motivation, or you have the motivation, like energetically and mentally, but then transferring it, I'm getting from potential to kinetic energy, is maybe there's a little bit of a hiccup there or a difficulty, meaning that there could be a little bit of a lot of energy in the beginner, the creator energy, and transferring that into the sustaining energy, let alone the completion energy, is probably a little bit more difficult. This can look a couple ways. One being, if you're interested in astrology and you know about the modalities, the cardinal energy is good. The mutable energy needs a little bit of spunk still, and then the fixed energy is good as well. So it's looking at perhaps working with the mutable energies, maybe in your chart, or if you have any planetary placements in those charts, you can try to lean into the energy of those planets or those zodiac signs, trying to connect with those attributes a little bit more. It can also be something along the lines of looking at the area of life, like which house you have the mutable signs in, which house ruler they are, and by focusing energy on this area of your life, it will be beneficial to your career. Another way this can look, for those of you who aren't like down with that flavor of analogy, this looks like you wake up and you're like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm good at mornings. And then it might look like a little lull in the afternoon, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon comes around and you might be having a little bit of a dip. You're feeling like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't keep doing this. You get exhausted. It's like hitting the afternoon wall. And then maybe at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever, you're like awake. So there might be a little bit of a vibe here where you're staying up late. You have energy at night, you have energy maybe in the morning, but in the afternoon it's a little bit difficult. So what we're looking at here is something about energy regulation throughout the day. So we're noticing like spikes and dips, like peaks and valleys here. So pertaining to your career, you're being encouraged to take charge of the situation as much as you can. So when you feel like you want to put the pedal to the metal, pull back a little bit and try to store some of that energy. So when you feel yourself starting to dip a little bit, you can pull from that energy reserve. That's the first thing that I'm getting here for you. But it is going to feel very much like, it's definitely going to feel like an effort. You're being encouraged to push through this energy. I'm being shown like push through and separate. You literally have Moses parting the Red Sea on this card, which indicates that it's something that can be done, but it might feel very difficult. This might be a little bit more of an energetic difficulty than anything else, and that's valid, which is why I also want to give you the resources and tools that I can. For example, work with the mutable energies. Work with the energies of sustaining things. I'm being shown things like reverb or a sustain pedal on a piano, things that create an echo, for example. Adding elements like this, if you have any kind of auditory aspect to your job, might actually be helpful for you in some way as well, because it adds the right energy to it. It might be less about the logistics and more about the energy here, because right now I'm getting anything helps with this kind of thing. Okay, so let's take a look at the tarot and let's see what you need to know about your career for group number 2. In your career, I'm hearing you are a legend, or you're legendary. I'm being shown like Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother when he's like, legend, wait for it, dairy. That's you, group number 2, okay? It seems as though things are moving, but they're slow but steady, which is good. It seems that your career has a slow and steady approach. However, sometimes you are like, well, this is great, but I also want to maybe get everything done by the end of the day, or you want to show up, you get motivation, you get passion, and you want to be able to express that in maybe any way at all. Maybe where you work doesn't allow you to be very creative, or maybe it doesn't really allow for inconsistency in your energy level, right? Because some days we're going to have a ton of energy, some days we're not. Some days you want to be able to use when you have a lot of energy and work on projects or activities that use all that energy. This is something that requires like some sort of a consistent output of energy from you in a way that isn't necessarily aligned with the peaks and valleys. Okay, I'm being shown, and take this if it resonates and leave it with if it doesn't, but I'm being shown like masculine hormones versus feminine hormones. Like we all have the same hormones running through our bodies for the most part, but like if you have a womb, you're typically on a like 28-day give or take cycle, like a lunar cycle, whereas if you are like a masculine hormone body, that will run on a 24-hour hormone. But the society is kind of built around a 24-hour cycle instead of a lunar cycle. It's more solar than lunar. And so what we're looking at here is, for some of you, for your career, your advice is going to be to work with your cycle, okay? But that's not the case for everybody. I know a lot of people here don't resonate with that, and this is still your pile, okay? What I'm picking up on here is trying to find ways that you can make your energy a little bit more consistent in the output. And while you're doing that, simultaneously try to find little ways that you can adjust your tasks to the energy that you have. A lot of you, there's not too much wiggle room. Like, consistency is key. And I'm also getting the slow and steady wins the race energy. However, we have seasons in our bodies. We have seasons in the weather. We have seasons in life. And sometimes, literally, the daylight hours are shorter and we need more sleep and more rest and more food. And that's just the way that it works. But sometimes you don't get to work shorter hours in the winter than you do in the summer. Right? So there's definitely this acknowledgement here. With the Four of Cups, there's a little bit of this feeling of either feeling like you need to overlook, or you're forced to overlook or neglect certain areas of life that you enjoy or you wish that you could indulge in a little bit more because of your career. And on top of that, you might feel as though you're overlooked in your career as well. Like, you might feel like you are just one of several people who do your job. You might feel like you're not making a big impact in the world, or if you are, you're just one of many people that are doing it. This is something where it seems as though there's this is something where you might feel replaceable at work. I'm not going to project that onto everybody, but I'm getting this vibe here as well. It seems like you have a lot to offer. Like, you as an individual are not replaceable here, but there's a feeling of this, like, if you don't show up correctly consistently, then somebody else is going to take that place, okay? This might also be something where I'm noticing a vibe where you might not feel as though, say, you can go out on dates because maybe you work late on Fridays, you have to be up early on Saturdays into work, and then on Sundays you have to work too. There's like something here where it's taking away from something, or you don't feel like you can indulge in play or fun. Maybe it feels as though you don't have like financial wiggle room or energetic wiggle room or emotional wiggle room, or on the days that you do have off, you are so tired that you can't even fathom leaving the house. So you might feel as though you're between work and home. There's just this energy of feeling a little bit squished in some way, shape, or form, okay? Now, what we're seeing here, to get to it, is we are seeing that things are making a return, okay? So things are moving, things are working for you. We're also seeing that you are recently presented with a new opportunity that kind of feels like it can help remedy this, okay? So it can help you to do something that you want to do. It can help you to connect with areas of life that you feel like you are called to neglect or overlook or just not partake in because of your career. And it's something that allows you at the very least to mix things up a little bit, so that the energy that you bring is, it kind of breaks that consistency a little bit, okay? I'm being shown, I used to work at a salon, and the salon had several different locations. And so at this salon, like, I had my main location that's kind of by my house, but there would be several where, if they would need someone to pick up a shift, or I wanted to get extra hours, I could work at this one or this one or this one, or they needed a bunch of girls trained in one fell swoop, and someone wasn't available, so then I'd drive over here. So I had like my one location, but I would end up working at 3 or 4 different locations, and the job was quite monotonous. It was kind of mundane, same thing all the time, every day. I enjoyed the environment, but it was a lot of monotony, and so I'm kind of seeing a similar vibe here. But by changing up the environment, it allowed me to talk to different people. Each building had its own nuances. I felt like I was doing the same job and the same tasks in the same way for the same type of clients, but there was some sort of like just mixing it up a little bit that fed my soul a little bit more. Now, it's not necessarily like the end all be all, like it wasn't my dream job by any means, but it definitely was more fulfilling that way. So there's something like this that's coming through. Okay, so you've recently received some sort of a new opportunity that is going to help you, say that you haven't been able to socialize as much because you're trying to work a lot, okay? This will help you, say you have an opportunity like this will help you to meet new friends, it will help you to see new places, it will help you to expand your horizons, it will help you to connect with coworkers you normally wouldn't, okay? It doesn't just need to be that, okay? I'm getting that there's something here, there's an opportunity for you to branch out in some way, and it will help you financially, it will help you, it'll help you financially, it'll help you communally, it'll help you feel more confident in who you are and what you're doing and the path ahead in general. It will also be more fun. So this is going to be something that opens up opportunities for you to have fun and discover yourself and express yourself and have even more fun. I'm hearing also like fun in the sun. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to say that you make a friend and they invite you out, and then you're in the area because you had a job over here, so then you can go hang out. And because you can go hang out, then you get to express things and try things you've never done before, meet people you haven't met before. It expands your horizons outside of your work. So what I'm seeing here is that life feeling like it's kind of squishing you outside of your career is impacting your career, and focusing on your career so much, it's impacting your life. So by allowing there to be as much wiggle room as you can, and I know it's difficult because it feels like you're probably between a rock and a hard place right now, okay? So what you're looking at here is saying yes to a particular opportunity, trying to maneuver that which you can, okay? Wiggle room, very little. However, present, yes, okay? This is looking at, well, to spell impossible, you have to say, I'm possible. Like, it's a little cheesy, but it's kind of giving this energy a little bit. Now, this is not to downplay what it is that you are experiencing. As you can tell, I'm probably sweating a little bit. So, as you can probably tell, I'm sweating a little bit. I'm gonna put my hair up. But what I'm getting here, okay, is that there's definitely a vibe. You need a little bit more fun. You need a little bit more fulfillment. You need a little more socialization, okay? You need outside of your regular, everyday scheduled programming, okay? I feel like, whatever, okay. You need outside of your regular, everyday scheduled programming. And so because of this, you are, you're being encouraged to kind of allow yourself to expand your horizons a bit, get yourself out there in ways that you can, and then at the same time, see how this impacts your life. So make like fun career choices if you can, just to mix things up a little bit, okay? And then as you are doing fun things that mix things up a little bit, you'll find that this impacts your career because you're feeling better. So you're enjoying yourself a little bit more because you're not just feeling like you're between a rock and a hard place. You see the sky above you and you see the ground beneath your feet, and you're feeling the process and the journey on the way there, okay? So this is coming through right away. Also taking a look at the mutable energies in your chart, looking at where the planets are or the houses are, and trying to just embody some of those traits, working with some of those energies. And then even you'll notice which area of life, those are the houses. You can kind of leverage that a little bit. Knight of Cups. There's a bit of an energy here that keeps showing up. It's a little bit behind the scenes. There's kind of like a potential like friend situation or romantic situation here. It's cups, it's emotional, but I'm really picking up on kind of like this heart-centered connection. Okay, so it can be romantic, it can be platonic, it can be like just someone who's special to you. It doesn't necessarily need to be in any type of way. But what's coming through here is that there is some sort of a light at the end of the tunnel here. By focusing a little bit more on fulfilling aspects of your life, it will create more space in your career, okay? Because when you squish one thing, it also creates more immobility in another thing. And so this is what you're called to look at. This is going to be an alchemization situation, more so than anything else. But you are being encouraged to take the opportunities that are being provided to you in and out of work, because this will help you take charge of the situation, take charge of your life, and it will help you kind of segue into that next chapter more naturally, okay? When I was working at this salon, I was, when we had nobody coming in at all, I had astrology programs open on the computer and I was pulling the charts for my coworkers. And then when somebody did come in and they were regulars, and I'd be like, oh, hey, how's it going, dude? They would come in and they'd say, oh, what are you doing? You know, what are you talking about? And I'd be like, oh, we're talking about astrology. And I'd be giving them like just readings for fun in there. And they'd be like, oh, that's really cool. I love astrology. That's super cool. Some of the people were like content creators that would come in and come to the salon, and it would kind of get their gears turning a little bit. And then I would go work at different places, so I'd have a change of environment. And when you're talking to those people there, they'd be like, hey, I hear that you're a really good astrologer. Would you mind looking at my chart? I want to look at this aspect of life and this aspect of life. And you do, and you sit there. And it's not about like, I was showing up and I was doing my job when I needed to do my job, of course, which was most of the time. But it was allowing me to find and explore and cultivate the aspect of me that, as you can tell, I'm still growing into, but I've been able to grow into over a long period of time. So there's very much an energy like this that's coming through. Okay, allowing yourself the wiggle room where the wiggle room's available. It might not feel like it's available in the ways that you directly want it right now, but there's wiggle room there. Okay, this is something that requires fun, play, precision, and cultivation here. Okay, I want to be clear with you with something that I'm seeing here. The universe is asking you not to pass up on some of the opportunities that are being gifted to you right now. Some of them seem not necessarily aligned with where you currently are, but they're aligned with where you want to be, or they're aligned with your heart space. Probably both. I'm getting there might be more than one. There's probably one that's career oriented, and there's probably something that is more emotionally oriented, okay? You're being encouraged not to overlook these opportunities, instead to take them, because they will help you with your career. They will help you increase your finances. They will help you to also feel like you are moving forward in life more, and then you'll feel more confident, you'll feel more motivated, you'll feel like you'll have more going for you, and you will also have more things in your life that fill your cup, so that you're then giving from an overflowing cup instead of constantly depleting yourself and then charging yourself to like 80% battery and then charging, or like depleting it all the way and then charging. It's like using your phone when it's on the charger at 20% all of the time. It's difficult. It's a tough life out there to live like that, okay? And so your career, and you know it, you feel it, you've done it before, you might be doing it right now. And so basically, the message here for your career is, this is how you can take charge of the situation. Is it difficult? Yes. Is it possible? Also, yes. The ways that it's going to be possible is by saying yes to a recent opportunity in your career that allows you to also follow your heart a little bit more. That allows you to also feel a little bit more fulfilled, even if it's just this much. That allows you to go towards something that sparks your curiosity. And also, by allowing yourself to indulge in or explore some sort of interesting dynamic here with another person. This could be that you really get along with someone that recently gave you a job interview. This could be that you have a friendship with somebody that you really want to explore more, but you're really busy at work, so you can't hang out with them. This can be someone that you have a crush on, but you feel as though, no, I'm too busy with work, I shouldn't focus on that right now. By allowing yourself to explore this will actually help you progress forward in life, and it will be something that is either a learning opportunity that is really positive and beneficial and fun and exciting for you, that will last a long time, that will help you to get from where you are to where you're going, and or this will be something that actually paves for you a way out from where you are into where it is that you want to be, but in a way that allows you to be empowered to do it on your own and feel the support that you need in order to get there, okay? I'm seeing this very, very clearly, okay? You might not necessarily feel like you are fully developed in all of the ways that you need to be in order to get out of the situation or take charge of the situation that's going on in your career right now. What you definitely need to know, though, okay, is that something's in the air. You can smell it. You can feel it. You're picking up on it, okay? It's not there so that you can go, oh, that would be nice. It's there so that you can get the hint, okay? Lovingly, respectfully. So, group 2, there is a light at the end of the tunnel here, okay? There's a light at the end of the tunnel here, and it's the very thing that makes you feel like it's a little flicker of light in your life, okay? That little excitement, that little spark, that little, that light, okay? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. You found it. You just are still putting the pieces together that this is the light at the end of the tunnel. Because you're looking at this going 2 + 2 = 5. Yes, because it's something you haven't experienced yet. It's something that's going to be new. It's something that's probably going to be a little bit like cool and exciting and maybe passionate. This is going to be something cool, something awesome, something exciting, something beautiful, something that makes your heart happy and excited and want to move towards it. It's also going to be something that shows you a way out. And because of this, there's a question of, well, why me? Why do you want me to be the one to do this? Why am I the one that you want to be friends with? Why are you showing me the light at the end of the tunnel here? There's a question of maybe not being good enough. There's a question of confidence, or why me, in a good way or a bad way or anything. And you're being encouraged not to overlook this and to feel your way through it, okay? There might be ups and downs as there are in life, but this is giving you a hand and showing you, hey, there's a bigger world out there for you to see. And there's also a new beginning here that's right under your nose that you can see, you can taste, you can smell. It's on your radar, okay? There seem to be 2 things here. One that's there are 2 things that are in some way connected. And it's definitely giving, connect the dots and move forward with it, okay? You're picking up on it and you know, but this is something here is going to turn into something completely unexpected for you. And it's also going to be very, very abundant and abundantly clear. But it's requiring you to kind of take a little bit of a leap of faith, okay? You might feel like you are halfway to the point of where you want to be. Okay, this is going to be something that brings you to that other energy, okay? You might feel like you are mutable. Okay, so you are the malleable factor between a rock and a hard place. Remember how we had this energy? There's the beginning energy and there's the ending energy, but that sustaining energy, that energy that's supposed to be mutable, that's supposed to be malleable, that's supposed to be flexible, you are what's been needing to be flexible and malleable and like all over the place. So by adding more solidity here and saying, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to follow this, it requires energetically these other energies to be flexible, which actually is what's bringing balance into the situation. So this is more of an alchemical thing. And take those two opportunities that are somehow tied together in surprising ways, because this is the universe going, hey, ding, 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 ding. What if we gave you a fun way out of this? Okay, so group number 2. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you would like a personal with me, you can find them on my Etsy shop at Spiritualistik, linked in the description box below. You can also find my 2026 spiritual planner if that's something you're interested in. I do have personal readings, tarot, astrology, channeling, astrocartography, and Reiki. I also do personalized light codes. I have tarot and oracle decks that I've made up there, books that I've written, journals, crystals, candles, etc. on my spiritual shop on Etsy. Okay. I post exclusive content here on YouTube, my members channel. You can join my channel, not just subscribe to it. So please click on both of those buttons, or at the very least subscribe. It means the world to me. Don't forget to like and drop a comment as well. You can find me on Patreon. I've got a book club. I've got exclusive pick a card readings on there, and my meditation retreat, which is the first link in the description box below. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and again, drop a little rainbow emoji if this was your pile. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. And I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at messages to you about your career, and you selected the 3rd group with the right and Thoth card. Okay? So the first thing that I'm picking up on here is that you definitely have a very powerful throat chakra. Okay, you're definitely out here meant to speak, to write, to share a message, to tell a story, to sing. There's definitely something here about what you're being encouraged to write. Okay, I'm being shown specifically a message for someone out here who is a musician or something. Okay, it is important that you sing the songs that you write. Okay, it is important that you it's important that you utilize the script that you wrote, or it's important to sing the songs that you write, or something like this that's coming through. Okay, now I'm getting, for some of you as well, you've recently come across some sort of a new resource that can help you with your writing. Maybe it's an organizational tool, or maybe it's a new fun pen. Okay, maybe it's a new organizational habit or something like this, but I'm getting that you've recently come across a new tool or resource that will help you with your writing process. Okay, now it doesn't just need to be physical writing, because we are looking at your career as a whole. For some of you, it might look like using good old-fashioned pen and paper instead of the Notes app or Notability or Google Docs or whatever it is you're out here using. Okay, I'm hearing someone say, yeah, I'm a freak in the sheets, like Excel sheets. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so we have the Sun and the Moon with the Page of Swords coming out right out the gate. Okay, so there's definitely a balance here. You might feel as though you're at a very important time in your career. It's a pivotal moment, but at the same time, there are crickets. It's like giving that page where, it's giving that vibe where you're sitting there staring at a page, you're going to write a book, you're going to write your script, whatever it is. You are, you're aware that it will come to you, it will come through you, it's meant to be channeled, there's something like this. Or you know that people are watching you, and so there's extra pressure. There's something like this, like you have a due date on your novel, and so you're like, I could probably get it done by the due date if someone else wasn't giving me a due date, right? It's kind of like that vibe of like Catch-22. If you know someone's watching you, then it adds a little bit of pressure. Or there's something here where you know that it's a pivotal moment in your career, so because of that, like that, the pressure is heightened, and if you didn't have that awareness, you would probably be doing just fine. Okay, there's an added sense of mental awareness here that is meant to shake things up for you. Okay, because there's some sort of an innovation. This might be for some of you, like my writers out there, whether it's books or plays or songs, whatever it is, I'm getting that there's some sort of maybe a vernacular or a structure like, yeah, there's some sort of a vernacular or a structure or a word that hasn't occurred to you yet that's gonna change something. It's like you come up with an adjective that hasn't been on your radar for a while, and because you have access to that, it opens up a whole new world for you, so you're able to write more depth. It's like because of this pressure, because of this observation, it kind of creates like a pearl a little bit, but it's not something that wouldn't there would already normally be a beautiful manifestation here, but in your career, this pressure right now, like the awareness, it's creating something. Because of this, you're going to be maybe overthinking the words that you use, and so you'll come across a book that you would only flip through in a thesaurus you haven't used in 15 years. You thought it was interesting. Okay, there's something like this that's coming through. You're going to use a chord progression that normally wouldn't be your go-to because you're trying to be interesting. You're trying to do something that's catchy, that is also in your style, that also isn't something that you would normally reach for. It's like you're trying to do a chord that is a little bit more challenging than the ones that you usually do. It's something like this, okay? It is because of your like hyper awareness on it that kind of, when you know someone's watching you and so you're a little bit like maybe awkward or like you just move a little bit different. Here's a physics thing for you. All systems change when they're observed. Okay, so there's a little bit of this going on. So this kind of adds the heat, but that heat adds some spark. This is a spark that's meant to be channeled through you specifically. You might feel as though people are watching you, but they're not saying anything, or it's like crickets. It's kind of like I'm getting like it's quiet. It's too quiet. There's like this knowing that you're exuding this like aura right now, but at the same time you're feeling like around you it's crickets. It's kind of like when a concert ends and people clap and they applaud and then there's like quiet and then there's an encore, and everyone low-key knows there's going to be an encore, but there's like this waiting. There's this awkward waiting to see like, oh my god, will they, won't they? But like low-key they know that they will, but also low-key it's like they're feeding off each other's energy a little bit. And I say that lightly because I know that can kind of sound like vampiric a smidge, but that's not like the intention. It's kind of like the artist wants to see how the crowd is responding. Are they getting a standing ovation? How long does it last? Are they super hyped? What's the energy of the crowd? And simultaneously, the crowd is kind of like, okay, we know there's more, like, come on, like, just get it over with already. So there's a little bit of this vibe like this that's coming through, but you're kind of in the energy in the middle. So this is kind of where an innovation is coming through as well, and you're being encouraged to utilize a resource to write something, tell a story. It seems as though you've got, you have the sun and the moon, you have the light and the dark, you have the information, you have the inspiration, you've got the stuff, you've got it down, you've got the reputation, perhaps. You're reputable here, you're confident about it, you know what you're doing, you're still open to learning more. It's like there's definitely, you're on the learning curve, and you have been for a long time. And at the same time, because of this, it's like, oh, look at group 3 going. They're just going to keep going. And you're like, okay, how far am I going to go? And they're like, yeah, just keep going. You're like, oh, okay. And then there's this tower moment. And this is an aha moment. It's not things necessarily falling apart. It's something coming through. Okay, it's like a flower growing out of a crack in a sidewalk. Okay, but it's not because you struggled to break through the sidewalk, but rather it's because like it's not something falling apart kind of tower. It's something persisting through. It's like the pressure that creates a diamond kind of energy. Queen of Wands. Life. Something that gives you life. There might be a maternal energy here, 4 of Wands. There could be a maternal energy here. There could be a maternal aspect that you're being encouraged to incorporate. There could be a maternal character or a maternal perspective you're being encouraged to take. Okay. I'm hearing leaning into your Venus sign for some of you. Okay, so we have the Empress, we've got the Queen of Wands, we have the 4 of Wands. There's definitely like, okay, you know that audio that's like, I'm a mommy, like that's kind of coming through. Okay, definitely have maternal energy coming through here. So with your career, with Judgment, the Empress, you're being encouraged to you're being encouraged to take a maternal take a maternal perspective, literally, towards your career. Not like the career is the baby necessarily, well, maybe a little bit, but like the script is your baby, the song is your baby. The perspective that you don't have is that of a maternal character. Maybe the main character is a mom, or you haven't written a mom character for her. That backstory, that background can be pivotal. Maybe there's something here pertaining to this maternal, like Cancerian energy that's coming through, pertaining to, of course, the home, creation, beauty, things like this. But there's also this vibe of I'm hearing Stacy's mom. Okay, there's something about, like, this is so weird. I don't feel comfortable saying this on YouTube, but there's something about like a hot mom, like being a hot mom, that's coming through. So weird. I really want to move on from this energy. I'm hearing like Stacy's mom has got it going on. I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. Okay. So with the Hangman here, let's get a little serious, please. Okay, your challenge and your opportunity, King of Cups. Okay, so this might be a healthy, loving, gentle, soft exertion of your masculine energy. And this is put up against okay, I see. This is a softness in your masculine energy, in your giving, in your creating, okay? That is kind of put up against a fieriness, a boldness of your feminine energy. Masculine being exerting, feminine being receptive, okay? So you're being encouraged to, and naturally, fiery energy, solar plexus, this is masculine, it's in the masculine chakra, is the lower three, okay? And softness, this is ethereal, it's spiritual, okay? So you're being encouraged to work with that softness of your giving energy, your masculine energy, your that which you're doing, you're creating, you're making. And then you're also being encouraged to have that ferocity with that which you are receiving, that which you are downloading, that which you are, like, when you hear that word and you're like, maybe I shouldn't say hot mom on my spiritual YouTube channel. It's like, that's fiery. Like that came in and it's fiery, right? But the way that you deliver it, what it is that you do, this is like giving something. Like, I'll put like flowers and fluff and clouds and like cute little ponies on the thumbnail. Like, it's something like this, okay? Like, there's something like this that's coming through. But again, with thought, you're being encouraged to, for some of you, write down, organize in your career, okay? Like, maybe for some of you, this is looking at, okay, time blocking your schedule. For others of you, it's writing down your to-do list, writing down everything that you need to do. For some of you, it's picking up the spiritual planner so that you can have all of the transits, and you're planning ahead according to the astrological transits, okay? For some of you, this is going to look like you, like writing or planning ahead of time, or writing down your process and your story of becoming in your career for later, because that can also be a branch off of your career at some point in time, okay? A lot of you, this is recording your story and recording your process while you're working through your career, because when you find your, when you find that word, when you find that song, when you're like, if you are, say, writing that song that ends up making or breaking your career, or ends up taking you to the next level in your career, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever project this is where you feel like there's pressure, it's this, it's quiet, but it's too quiet. Like, it's like that encore energy that we talked about earlier, okay? When this comes through, you're going to want to, in some way, shape, or form, have, like, this is like you making history in your own personal life. This is something that you're going to want to look back at, this chapter of life in your career. And so if you have your journal entries of how you felt during these days, if you have what was going on in your mind beyond just in your memory, this actually is you planting seeds for yourself in the future, because one, it allows you to feel more seen and heard and understood, but two, because it helps outline the process that you walked through. There's an element of healing here. Yeah, there's an element of healing here that's coming through. There's something that you're being encouraged to embody. There's an energy you're being encouraged to embody and speak on, or write about, or don't be afraid to go there. For some of you, this is like not being afraid to get a little bit spicy, or a little bit ferocious, or a little bit like, there's a wands energy here, but it's like that kind of wands energy. So you're kind of being encouraged to allow what unfolds naturally to unfold naturally, as long as it's authentic and coming through you. Because there's this vibe of, okay, but what else? Okay, but what else? Okay, but what else? So you might feel a little bit like, okay, well, here are all the cards. What else do you want? Okay, and you've gone through all of them. You're literally holding one in your hand. You're like, dude, I went through the entire deck. What more do you want from me? See how it's death at the back here? You're like, what more do you want from me? And there's like this Five of Pentacles, which is like obviously the one that came out. And so there's a little bit of this question. It's like, well, I don't know, what else do you got? And you're like, gee, I don't know, just randomly freaking Two of Wands. Like, you know, it's kind of this energy where it's that pressure that creates a little spark. It's like a little blip, okay? You're being encouraged to write through that, to create through that, to allow what comes in, allow that pressure to come in so that that light can come out. It's like, it's feminine, it's roses, it's Venus, but what you're attracting, it's the lucky, but it's also fiery, it's also spark, okay? It's life. You're being encouraged to, I'm getting retrace your steps slowly but surely. So this is looking like editing those documents one extra time, or editing it like page by page instead of chapter by chapter, or going back and doing the whole book again. Okay, it's something like this. It's kind of giving check your work sooner rather than later, okay? And then also like adding some sort of a maternal aspect or energy here. Maybe it's maternal, maybe it's just Cancerian. It's kind of giving, it's giving shadow attributes of Cancerian energy a little bit, but it's not giving toxic attributes of Cancer. It's giving shadow attributes of Cancer, which are not the same thing. It's not giving, hey, be emotionally manipulative and a crybaby. But it is giving, I see something you don't. Like, it's kind of, it's giving, like, there's a vibe difference here, okay? I know some of you were like, I'm scratching my nose. Some of you were like, I don't know about that. There's a vibe difference here. Let's be a little more, we have Queen of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and the Death. It's saying, it's giving, I said what I said, okay. Continue to focus on showing up in your career at this point in time. It does feel like this is a decisive moment, so there's extra pressure, and you're right, it is a decisive moment, and there is extra pressure, but this is so that the next move that you make, it's critical, and it's not coming from a place of confusion, it's almost coming from a place of something spurts out. Like something just occurs because of the pressure, because of something here. And with that, it allows for this new paradigm. It's like a diamond is accidentally formed. That you accidentally come up with a term, you accidentally come up with a word, you accidentally come up with, you come up across a new resource, a new tool, a new framework, a new perspective, and then that opens up the door for you, and that is what you explore, and that becomes your book. It's like you're shedding the thing that you think that you're making, and through the pressure you find what it is that you're actually making. It's giving Zootopia. I don't know if you've heard about the process of making of the I think it's Disney or Pixar. There's a movie, Zootopia. It's like for kids, kind of. It's animated. It's about like an animal world. But anyway, this was supposed to be a different movie. It was supposed to be about, I think about the villains or something like this. I can't remember specifically, but the premise of the movie was difficult to digest for the audience, kids and parents included. And so they ended up reframing the entire movie around the bunny cop, who's the main character in Zootopia, because she's soft and she's lovable and she's the good guy. Before it was framed all around the bad guys. Before it was framed all about like struggles or difficulty or what it is that you need to do to survive or something like that. And it was abrasive. But it was a good story, but it was abrasive. And so through exploring that abrasion, through exploring that friction, they came up with something that was softer, and it ended up being like a huge box office hit. Like now they're coming out with the second one and it's huge. It's something like this. It's giving this process. So if you don't know what's up with Zootopia, maybe check out the process there, the writing process. It's also reminding me of, in the book club Collective Genius, they talked about that a lot with Pixar. There were a few different movies like this that were made by exploring the friction to create something new. Okay? My book club's on Patreon, by the way. It's $1 a month. You don't have to join. It's really fun. We have the greatest chats there. But anyway, in your career here, this is definitely a transformation you're going through, but I'm also saying that you're kind of like, there's definitely a vibe of feeling maybe a little bit exasperated isn't quite the right word, but the face on the death card here is looking like he's like smiling through it all. You see, I don't know if you can see his face here, but he's definitely like, it's the kind of smiling where you're also like, I'm not comfortable. Like, it's one of these transformations. Like if everybody's staring at you and you're like, I would act like a normal person, but everyone's staring at me right now. It's like something like this, okay? Again, this energy, this pressure is coming through. Look back at the past. 6 of Cups. Reflect on the past and look at what worked for you. And there's a reason why there's something in the past that works for you, but it required you to explore some sort of friction. And as you grew as a person, or you grew spiritually, or you became more stable in some way, shape, or form, you moved away from the friction because you wanted to move towards softness, towards gentleness, towards emotional fulfillment. And so the growth that has occurred there is meant to stay, but the journey there is meant to be expressed, okay? There's something here about choosing to put an end to continually reinventing yourself, because that is the largest reinvention. Okay, it's giving, you're not a self-improvement project, which is a mic dropper in the spiritual community, I know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay? So, let it be abrasive. Explore the friction. Walk away when you feel like it. Explore the connection, the love, the family, the community, and make choices that you feel are right for you, and express all the different parts of you, specifically the things that you think are true, that are spiritual for you, because the things that are spiritual for me and the things that are spiritual for you are going to be different. I'm not talking about fae or tarot cards. I'm talking about ballet is spiritual for me. It might not be spiritual for you. I'm talking about cooking is spiritual for me. It might not be for you. Like, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about healing from narcissistic relationships. That's spiritual for me. It might not be for you. Like, that's the kind of vibe that it's giving here. There's like exploring the friction and finding the community there, moving forward with it. It's not saying to put you in a difficult situation, but it's saying that it's giving like encore energy. Okay, there's something left. But what do they always play at the encore? It's always the biggest hit. And you almost didn't even realize that it wasn't in the concert because they played all the other hits and like the new music and all the cool stuff that's trending. So that's kind of what it is. There's a big break here, something that's moving forward, but you've been guarded towards it because you know what's for you, and you also have a perspective that you need to outgrow something, or that you have outgrown something, and you growing as an individual and you growing in your career are wonderful and magical, and you're not meant to drop that. What you are meant to do is let yourself explore crying over spilt milk, exploring allowing yoranyourself to utilize some spicy language, explore allowing yourself, see, like, to find, remember how I just pulled randomly, I channeled Hot Mom. I've literally never channeled that before. It's so weird. It's not in alignment with any of the rest of my channel. But it definitely drew your attention, didn't it? Like, the devil with the Knight of Wands. The devil with the Knight of Wands. Well, I'll be. That's definitely the book you want to write, isn't it? But it's not the person you want to be. It's not the person you want to date. Okay? I'm hearing separation of church and state. Okay? You have more options than you think that you do. Utilize them wisely. Again, it's that difference between shadow and toxicity, because they're not synonyms. They might live in the same neck of the woods, but so do me and Alicia Keys. You don't see us hanging out. You know what I mean? Okay? So, that's the moral of the story here for your career. Alright? So, group number 3. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity for you. I hope you have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. This reading was a reading. It's definitely general. and definitely interesting. So if you would like a personal, you can book those on my Etsy shop, okay? They are discounted until December 23rd. Well, they're 65% off till December 23rd. I have them on sale for Christmas and for New Year's too, for my little holiday sale. So keep an eye out as well, but this is the biggest sale. I extended my Black Friday sale for the rest of December, and then I just maintained the pre-planned Christmas and New Year's sales, so they won't be as steep, but they're still on sale. That includes tarot, channeling, astrology, astrocartography, Reiki, and light codes. Woo! That's right, we're having a party. So if you want the spiritual planner, if you think that organization is something that you could utilize, especially energetically, you can pick one of those up on my Etsy store at Spiritualistik. And no, I'm not just trying to sell it to you, I'm trying to give you the resource. You want proof? Go onto my Patreon for free. You don't need to buy the tiers, you don't need to join the book club. You can download a free PDF of my spiritual planner on Patreon, okay? If you want, you can use it on your iPad. You can print it out if you want, but it's like 263 pages, okay? So you can use it on Notability. I like to download it onto my books on my iPad, my iBooks, and then I utilize my Apple Pencil to like fill it in. That's what I've been doing these past years, but I decided to get a nice pretty printed one. So if you do want a hard copy of it, they are on my Etsy shop. They take a couple of weeks to come through because I'm not holding stock for that reason I just mentioned, which is quite obvious. So they will take a couple of weeks because I'm just going to have them sent hot off the press right to your house instead of me being the middleman for them. So just be aware of that. You can download it for free so you can have access to the transits and the horoscopes and the tarot pulls and the affirmation pages and all of that stuff. Okay, so anything else? Oh, if you'd like to meditate with me, okay, wonderful resource. You can gift it to friends for the holidays. You can gift it to yourself if you want. It's just a good resource to have in your pocket if you need help holding yourself accountable for your meditation practice. They go from beginner to advanced and from around 15 minutes to around 30 minutes. So wherever you are, it starts with things like body scan, emotional processing, forgiveness, and then it goes all the way out into like causal meditations and past life regression and cosmic consciousness. So wherever you are, it's like meant to be taken chronologically, but you have access to it forever and you can skip around as you see fit for your life, okay, because we're all different levels spiritually. I also tried my best to make it friendly for people who can and cannot visualize with their brain, with their mind. So if you're like, I try to meditate and it's always like visualize this, okay, I tried my best to avoid that as much as possible and or provide extra options. So it's friendly for everybody, whether you've been doing this for 5,000 incarnations or you're just giving it a try, okay? So I wanted to create a resource that was just honestly not existent. So there it is, if you're interested in that. Anyway, I love you. I'm grateful for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Put a little shamrock emoji if this was your pile in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel because it helps me keep showing up, which is something I would love very much to do. So you can follow me on TikTok and also on Instagram if you feel so inclined. I post exclusive content on my channel here. I've got a member channel, so you can subscribe. You can also join, okay, which is behind the paywall, so you have access to more pick a card readings. I have one on Patreon too, which is totally different. You can also find my book club and my meditations up there, okay? And I have one on TikTok as well. All of them are different, okay? So if you're interested, you can find so much content everywhere, okay? So you are never, ever, ever devoid of guidance, love, support, hugs, love in spiritualistic land. So if you want it, baby, you got it. Anyway, it's getting late. So I love you and I'm grateful for you. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Feel free to check out another pile or another reading, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.